Stop letting the little things turn into big problems. And notice that I said the little things turn into big problems, because they're not little problems turning into big problems. They're not problems. They're just things that you create. You are the one that's creating the problem. It's not a problem in the first place. There are no such thing as problems. There's just challenges in life. And I'll give you a great example. This morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. It's early, it's dark, and my daughter's already playing in the kitchen. She's like alive. And my mother-in-law is sitting on the couch playing with her. And my daughter is playing with a duck, one of her duck toys, not a real duck. And my mother-in-law, because my auntie gave my daughter that toy, my mother-in-law says to me, Jack, when is your auntie's birthday? And I said, I don't know. And she said, oh, that's a problem. But like, seriously, she wasn't joking though. And I just thought, what do you mean that's a problem? Like, that's not a problem. It's not that bad that I don't remember my auntie's birthday. And in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing, right? But of course, the mind, when it hears the word, oh, that's a problem, like you've got a problem. If someone says to you, oh, that's a problem, then you think, oh my God, I have a problem. And then the mind starts going, oh God, I don't remember my auntie's birthday. I don't care about her. Who else's birthday don't I know? Oh God, there's so many people that I know and I don't even know their birthdays. Do I even care about people? And the mind goes to this space. And what is that? It's a little thing that is turned into a big problem. By who? By not the other person. You can't control what other people do. It's only by you. I'll give you another example. Sometimes when I come home, and when I don't know if you have children, but when you're playing or with your child, or even just with a friend, when it's one-on-one, you and the friend or you and your child, the child or the friend is usually very easy to be around because it's just one-on-one. It's a very easy dynamic. But when there's another person involved, then it gets a little bit trickier, the dynamic, because suddenly the attention isn't all like on you. It's on another person is there too. So when I come home and my wife has been playing with my daughter for a few hours, and I come home and I kind of get in the middle of them playing, my daughter is not happy, and then she gets like, and then she starts going a bit crazy, and then she starts screaming, and then like all hell breaks loose. And my partner, she says to me that, oh, she's only like this when you get here. And for many months, I took that as, oh my God, she's only like this when I'm here. Wait, so that means I shouldn't even be here? You mean I'm not really being a good dad? Oh. Being a good dad is all I ever wanted to be, because I didn't have the best dad. And again, that's just where my mind goes. That's where your mind goes. That's where the mind goes. Because what does the mind love to do? It loves to dramatize things. It loves to make things blow up to be much bigger than what they really are. Because the mind works in extremes. Something's either like really bad or really dramatized, or it's a really good thing and you enjoy it a lot, and very rarely do you meet in the middle. Another little example of this is when you're in the house and you can't find something. The immediate thought is, oh, someone's moved it. You know, my dad always used to say he couldn't find something. He's like, have you moved this, to my mum? And sometimes when I can't find things, I'm like, oh, I put it straight away, I put it on someone else. Someone else has moved it. It's never me that's done it. Or it's like, oh, I can't find this, or someone's stolen it. See, the mind goes to that extreme place. And then like 5 minutes later, you're looking and then you actually just find it, right? It's in a spot where you put it. And so I guess the reason I wanted to do this video is because this happens very frequently in your life. Like just a little thing will happen, like my mother-in-law saying, oh, that's a problem, you don't know your auntie's birthday. Or me coming home and my wife saying, oh, she's only like this when you're here. Just those little things can turn into really bad places that the mind creates that are actually fictional. They're not real. But then because most people are believing their mind, they're listening to it, they actually start living in that place, and that becomes their reality, even though it's not the reality. It's what the mind is projecting. So the reason that I wanted to make this video is, again, because this is happening constantly throughout your day, and it will happen constantly for the rest of your life. Your mind will fluctuate a lot. And when it does start going in this downward spiral, the key is to be really present in that moment. Like, I can sit here and talk to you and say, oh, like, you have to know this and know this, but it's a difference between knowing it and understanding it. Knowing it is just when you're listening to me and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then you go about your day and it just keeps happening. Understanding it is when you actually start to change it in the moment. So this requires a lot of presence to get onto it very quickly when you start to go into this downward spiral of thinking. And my dad used to say, I used to get injured sometimes when I played a lot of tennis when I was younger. And when I would get injured, I would feel these like niggles, these like injuries coming on, the beginning of an injury. And I never used to tell my dad, because he would always say like, oh, you have to go to the physio, you have to get onto it, you have to do all these stretches, you have to do all this. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do all of that stuff. Like, just leave me alone. I'll deal with it. And that was the point, is that I never got onto it quickly. And when you don't get onto things quickly, what happens? It just becomes worse, right? The mind creates this really dramatized scenario, and then you actually start listening to it. You get injured, you don't pay attention to the injury gets worse, and suddenly you have a freaking like pulled muscle, or you have a pulled disc in your back or something. And so that's the point I just wanted to make in this video, is be present when the mind starts to go in this negative spiral loop. Catch yourself before it goes in this loop. And when you catch yourself and you realize you're going in this loop, then you can actually start listening to yourself and reevaluating these thoughts that are going through your head. And so then you become more of the master over your mind. Okay, that's all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. I haven't done a video in a few weeks, but I hope you enjoyed this one. I think I'm going to start coming on, because as a dad, it's quite hard to get some time, free time to do these videos. So my daughter and wife are just out at the moment for not too long. So I just wanted to get this video across. And I think let me know if you like this style of video, just coming on here, telling a few quick stories, giving a little bit of wisdom to help you through your day. But remember, this will actually keep happening in your day. But remember, the key is understanding it and being present with it. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Always remember, be kind, be caring, be courageous. And I'll see you on the next video. Lots of love.